a group of Iranians I was introduced to, and they had a little mini operation where they were selling counterfeit tobacco, cocaine and weed.
It's crazy the stuff that, having lived in Bournemouth all my life, you just don't know about at all.
Yeah. Well, this stuff is actually being sold in corner shops left, right and centre.
But you need to know the right things to say.
You need to know the right things to say.
Yeah.
You need to not be someone who is going to, honestly...
Grass.
Yeah, but you don't know that when you're behind a counter selling it, especially when you've got people working for you selling it. So you really have to be like, you have to shadow people and be like, this person yes, this person yes, this person yes. That's your whole line. Don't sell to anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Those people we can make enough money off that we can make money, right? And also there's some very obvious undercover police. Like it's just as some of them get it really, they do a really good job, and some people, you see it a mile away, the way they hold themselves, the way they dress.
As in the police
how they
officer
talk.
trying to act like he's buying drugs
Yeah.
to see if they're selling drugs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the first things they might say when they come up to you is asking. I mean, the first that you don't, it is a whole picture of a person. And this is where actually stuff from my past was quite useful, because you look someone up and down, you let them do all the talking, and really you let them blow their own cover.
Mm-hmm.
And it's neither here or there, because you can't let them be sus that you're sus of them, because it gives them reason to be sus of you.
To be honest, that's almost good advice in general, without kind of overplaying that whole kind of dynamic between people and ego and status, because you don't want a stupid game.
Yeah.
But it's also helpful to not, when you're talking to someone, to let them say things and keep yourself quiet. Because then you can understand if there's ulterior motives at hand. You know what I mean? A fool can run his mouth.
Don't interrupt an enemy when he's in the process of destroying himself. You know?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, there was an interview not long ago that I thought was hilarious about growing concrete. there's a guy who's in a sustainable business. Anyway, it's you don't interrupt your enemy when they're in the process of destroying themselves. You let them crack on. So I'm selling again in Boscombe. And I'm working under someone now. I'm not doing something myself. It's not as high profile as the Class A is, like crack and heroin, where you will get robbed by the most random looking people. You put your life on the line every time you go out, because you are carrying something that people are willing to stab you for and take your life for. And I was quite cushy, because my job involved, and this is where I want to be very careful, because I have no idea what, my past is very well closed in Christ. And as far as the things I was involved with, I just really wonder if there's ongoing investigations into some things. And this is like a clue to some architecture in a building, I suppose. But I was on the top floor, and the guy who was selling, face-to-face, customer-facing, was on the bottom floor. And it was a shop, and there was a chute. So the whole operation, it was a factory between... we didn't grow there. There's no way that would have worked. So we had a grow somewhere else in Boscombe, and then that came, fully dried up and whatever to us in big black bin bags, and then we would weigh it up, and then pop it down a chute. And we would have a walkie-talkie system where they would say, again, I won't say the words just for sake of whatever may be going on, but they'd say this or that, and we would deliver this or that. And it was a cushy life. We were upstairs, and I was with another believer, who I wasn't a believer at the time. He was a believer, and he was just really backslidden in a major way. We'd be up there, we'd be playing Worms, or we'd be playing City Skylines, or I don't know, some just whatever stoner games, while doing this job. Mm-hmm. And we're getting paid, and our smoke is paid for, and whatever. There were some other things as well that I didn't want to get involved in at all because of some other things in my past, but there was always a rotation of women with the guy I worked under, and that actually broke me a lot in my spirit, because I grew up in a household with my sister and my mother, And I have a lot of respect for women that clearly this man didn't. And I can recognise a broken woman when I see one. And that really did kill me. And the state of this guy, like, I felt so bad for them.
Would you say, in the same way you would use drugs, you would also use women? There was that the terminology that was, maybe not you, but was part of the ethic of the operation that was going on.
Yeah, women were a drug.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. And to the extent that I took advantage of, or had taken advantage of women in the past, and the way I'd seen women that was basically fueled by pornography and film and music, it was all, they were objects. That's in my mind, it was that way. Now, at this point in my life, my heart is definitely softened because of what I've gone through. And I do not see women the same way, and obviously my heart went out to them.
Yeah.
Not that I had any means of really helping them in that place.